how's it going, everyone? WTFSexyHeadphones here. Happy Wednesdays or Thursdays for you guys. A little bit more well-rested from last week, thankfully, and soon to be, I guess, better, more well-rested because I have sufficient days off coming up. Anyway, let's talk Metro Exodus. I'm not going to give any spoilers, so you all shall be safe. Anything I say should be known information. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to give any spoilers. Everything I say should be known information, but I finally finished the game a couple days ago. As you guys know, I've been busy. I've been playing it in my leisure, however people pronounce it. But I finally got to, I've been trying to play like a few hours every now and again, or an hour or two when I get off of work. And I finally beat the game. And I gotta say, like, I know a lot of people have some controversy about the game, but I think it was pretty fucking awesome. I'm trying to think of what some complaints I've heard. So again, like, the info I'll give you guys is very mild. Like, it's stuff that should already well be known, that the developers already announced and stuff, like, before the game even came out. I know some people complained about not having the bullet currency anymore, which me personally I did not mind. It was an interesting currency to have in the Metro, but when you leave the Metro, it kind of makes sense that, you know, that currency doesn't exist anymore, and thus they kind of had to end up going the crafting way. So I didn't mind the crafting. So essentially, as long as you scavenge, which a lot of us are Stalker fans, so scavenging no problem. As long as you scavenge, you don't have a problem crafting. You don't have a problem crafting the proper materials. There's pretty much two items that you scavenge. One is kind of like parts, and another one's like a... I mean, you know, honestly, if it has a name, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't paid attention if it actually has a name now that I think about it. So one is like some chemical stuff, and the other is like mixed parts. If that chemical thing has a name, I have not once paid attention through that whole game to what it is. Wow. So there's only two really items that you use for crafting, so it's very basic in that aspect, but those two items are what you craft everything through, and then they kind of just have a very simple system where you can craft your ammo, you can craft your med kits and everything through that. It's not a crazy intricate system where you're doing all sorts of ridiculous shit, which for me, some people like really intricate crafting systems. For me, I like it. I'm a simpleton. I'm easy to please, I'm a simpleton, and I don't like having to keep up with all that stuff and try and remember, okay, this plus this makes this. Like, I don't care for, like, the Minecraft way of trying to remember what you need in what certain combination to make what. And as I said, some people like it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'll admit it, I'm a fucking simpleton. So some people complained about the crafting system, rather having the bullet currency and having traders, which again, to me, I don't think made a lot of sense to have traders when you leave the Metro. But I also didn't mind the fact that they had crafting and it was very simplified, where there's like literally two things that you get and it literally does everything. But as I said, that's because I'm a simpleton. Like, I just like it where it's nice and easy. I don't mind crafting, but I'm not so excited about crafting where I want to get in depth with it. I'm content to have two basic items literally do all my crafting for me and not have to do like all this formula to kind of like get it all together. So for me, I liked it a lot, and I thought that went well. But I thought Metro Exodus ended up having a lot of what we were looking for, as far as the fact of a lot of it's very open world, which obviously we all well know, but you know, until you play it, you don't know the extent of it. You actually have the option to avoid encounters with certain enemies, as well as mutants and things like that, because you have an open world, you have an environment, and they make it to where, so say like in Stalker, mutants notice you from literally half across the fucking map, and there's like no avoidance situation ever. They notice you everywhere. And then in here, they actually have it where, obviously, they've always kind of had a bit of a sneak system in Metro where you can actually sneak around and hide. So it's kind of neat, because there's times where I'm just like, okay, like, I'm mission-focused. I want to go on this mission. I want to get to this area. And preferably, if I can sneak properly, I don't really feel like fighting this whole nest of mutants. If you do it properly, you don't have to. So I kind of like that they give you the option. If you want to go guns-ho, you can. If you don't, you can be like, alright, let me try and fucking be a sneaky-ass bastard and be like, I don't fucking feel like dealing with you today. So I did enjoy that. So I thought that they did really, I thought they did really well. Some people were complaining that it's not super like as combat heavy because of that, the open world stuff, and yeah, it can and can't be. It can and can't be, I suppose. I guess it depends on what your approach is, because as I said, you can kind of go around guns blazing. Now with this playthrough, as we know with Metro, there's always like an alternative ending. There's a good ending and a bad ending. So knowing how Metro plays out, I played very nice in my playthrough, and per a cautionary lookup, I ended up getting what is the good ending. Again, I'm not going to tell you what that is if you guys haven't played it, but I ended up getting, apparently through a quick kind of lookup to see, because I'm like, well, I don't really know what the good or bad ending is. Because I don't know, it could have been something different. So I apparently got the good ending, so I was really excited with myself. But again, knowing how Metro works, like, I avoided confrontation where I could, I knocked out people where I could, and I did play a less combat heavy game, because I'm just like, okay, I want to try and do this playthrough. I want to try and get the good ending and see what that is, because, you know, like normally in Metro, say like particularly the first one, you have to do a lot to gain karma points, like give your fucking bullets away to stupid ass kids and shit like that. You got to do a lot to gain some good karma. Honestly, it doesn't seem like it's all that difficult to gain good karma in the new game. There doesn't seem like there's a lot of little things that you have to do. Like if you kind of more play a sneaky approach, and again, you literally have the option where you can not, like, even if you're sneaking, you have the option to knock them out or to slice their throat. I mean, if you just, either way, it gets the enemy out of your hair, so if you just use the option to obviously knock them out, that kind of helps you out there, and obviously just not killing innocent people, that helps too. So anyway, so all around, I thought Metro Exodus was really fucking awesome. I like the game a lot. If you guys played it, let me know what you think. Let me know what, if there's something you didn't like, if there's something that you really did like in comparison to the others. I thought that they did really great with, I feel like it's not all too often where we see games listen to what people want and then implement it. You know, I feel like a lot of the times we're always like, this is what we want, this is what we want, this is what we want, and sometimes it's difficult to get that out of a new game. But they did really well to give a good, to add a bit more of an open world to it, to where you can run around and explore and things like that. Like in the first map, you know, there's a couple of different things where it's like, hey, you can go here and do this. Here's your main mission. But, you know, someone might tell you something and be like, oh, while you're along the way, you know, you could go do this over here. That'd be really cool. And you're just like, okay, cool. Yeah, like, I'll go do that. Like, I'll go that way, and I'll fuck around over there for a little bit and see what happens. And as I said, you can run into some other things too. And it's very story-based, because when you run into a lot of these other camps and things like that, there's a lot of story and stuff to be found. And same with as far as the karma goes. Normally, once there's like one enemy left, maybe two, they surrender. So, you know, and you just obviously don't kill the surrendering people. You don't even have to knock them out. They won't attack you at all. If you don't, when they surrender, if you just literally leave them there, they mainly just bitch about like, why the fuck am I here? Like, I knew I should have not have came here. And they just kind of bitch on and on about their life choices and, and what led them to this moment. So, speaking of which, now that I have beaten Metro Exodus, I've got the good ending. What I would like to do next, I'm probably going to stream it next, because I've heard a lot of you guys more like express it'd be a little bit more fun to stream. We'll most likely do a Let's Play of it, but probably after, because you can't do multiple save points in Metro. So we gotta do it one at a time, which is fine. So I'll probably be streaming it soon, and since I now got the good ending, you can betcha we're gonna fuck some shit up in the stream. So keep an eye out for some Metro Exodus streaming in the near future. As I said, I got some days coming on up off pretty soon, so keep some eye out for some Metro Exodus streaming. I got the good ending. I'm going to go for the bad ending now, which means I'm not going to give a fuck. I'm gonna murder every single fucking person. There's even a few times where I'm just like, you all seem like assholes and I want to murder you, but I don't know how that'll affect my ending, so you're going to live. And I was just like, there was these one people, though, towards the end, that they just were definitely assholes, and I was like, I don't even fucking care. I'm like, I'm slicing your throats and shit. Fuck you guys. You all suck. And thankfully that didn't affect anything, so fuck you guys. Y'all dead now. But now we gotta fucking kill people. Now people's gonna be dead. Dead. Everyone gonna be dead all over the fucking place. So anyway, yeah, so... if you guys want to watch that stream, keep an eye out, and I should be streaming that relatively soon in the upcoming days. We will do a fun playthrough where we are just going to wreak havoc. Oh, and another thing, for those of you, and as I said, either in the comments put spoilers if you're going to do spoilers just so other people don't read them if they haven't played it yet. As I said, I'm not going to give anything away. I'm not a fan of how the ending is. Alternative ending or not, which there's normally not much of a big difference between them. I don't care for how the ending kind of jumped, which you should know what I mean. How it jumped. I was just kind of like, well, that's kind of boring. So if you guys, let me know what you all think of that as far as it goes. Let me know what your overall opinion is on Metro. As I said, let me know what your pros and cons are, what you thought could have been done better, what you think that you guys liked in the other games or more in this one. I'm interested to know if you guys have spoilers in there for the sake of other people. Please put a spoiler warning before it just so others know not to read it if they're running through the comments and things like that. But yeah, I'd be interested to see what you guys think. All around, I thought Metro Exodus was a ton of fun. I'm super excited to play it again. I'm excited to be evil. You guys have a happy rest of the Mondays and... No. Wednesdays. You guys have a happy rest of the Wednesdays and Thursdays, and I will see you in some Misery and hopefully some Metro and some Clear Sky. Bye! Feel my power!